Welcome students, welcome to the second part of my video topic Physiography and Drainage Standard 10 Geography. We have already seen about the physical features of India, especially Himalayas. We have seen the peninsula, we have seen the river basins. Now in Brazil, as I showed you before in the first part, we could see the drainage system over there. We could see the rivers, plateaus, and we could realize that Brazil is occupied with highlands and plateaus and small mountains. There are high and long extending mountains in the country, except for the northern Amazon basin and southwest upper part of Paraguay basin. There are no wide plains in the country. Even the coastal plains are restricted in their expanse. Now, as I said before, highlands. When I say highlands, let me highlight it. The southern Brazil is occupied by extensive plateau. It is differently described as Brazilian highland or Brazilian shield or Brazilian plateau. Brasilia and Guyana highlands together form a core of South American continent. Now, my dear students, further we say that the Guyana island, which is in Venezuela, it extends from French Guyana. In Brazil, it covers the states, which is in the north, and the lower part of this island, which is found in Brazil. We could also see that there is 3014 meters high and lies on the border between Brazil and Venezuela. Now the region to the east and the south of Brazilian highlands, the altitude is more than 1000 meters. But in other parts, the altitude is between 500 to 1000 meters. The highlands gradually slope towards the north and slopes are very steep. The tributaries of Amazon flowing through the region makes rapid waterfalls. We could also see towards the north, the slopes are steep but not abrupt. A number of rivers take off from the terminal position of highlands and flows northward to meet Atlantic Ocean. Some of the major rivers are Uruguay, Paraguay, Parana, originates from the southern slope of the highlands and enter into Argentina. Its slope towards the east is steep and it appears in the form of escarpment. Now, my dear students, we will see what is great escarpment. I will highlight it. Though it occupies a small area, the nature of its slope and its effect it has on the climate makes a separate physiographic region. The eastern side of the Himalayas, The eastern side of the highlands is demarked because of escarpment. In this region, the altitude of the escarpment is 790 meters. In some region, the heights decreases gradually. Now, the sum of the escarpment is very steep, particularly in Sao Paulo. The escarpment act as a barrier to southeast trade winds and giving rise to rain shadow region in the northern part of the highlands. The region to the north of this area is also called drought quadrilaterals. My dear students, this is all about escarpment. Let us see the coast. Brazil has a coastline. Please see, which I have marked, 7,400 kilometers. It is having a long coastline just like India, but they have got 7,400 kilometers. And it can be divided into two parts, northern and the eastern coast. The northern coast extends from Ampa province in the north of Rio de Janeiro. This is called the North Atlantic coast. From the eastern coast is extended towards the south. The northern coast is characterized by the mouth of many rivers including Amazon. Therefore, this region is a low-lying region. On the coast lies the Marajoa Island. Marajoa and Sao Maracó Bays. It is a coastal island located between the mouth of the river Amazon. The eastern coast receives large number of small rivers. The only major river which meets Atlantic Ocean here is São Francisco. The Brazilian coast is characterized by a number of beaches and sand dunes complexes. The Brazilian coast is protected in some areas by coral reef atoll islands. Now when I speak of plains, the plains in Brazil are confined in two areas, namely Amazon Basin in the north and Paraguay-Parana sources region in southwest. When I speak of Amazon plains lying between two islands for the largest plain land of the Brazil. Amazon plains lying in the northern part of Brazil generally slopes eastwards. The Amazon basin is quite wide in the west, about 1,300 kilometers. It narrows towards eastward. Its width is minimum where the Guyana island and the Brazilian island come closer, 240 kilometers. As the river approaches Atlantic Ocean, the width of the plain increases. They are mostly forested areas, largely inaccessible due to frequent flooding, dense undergrowth. Most of the Amazon plains are covered by tropical forest. The other plain in Brazil is located in the southern part of the island. They form the source of region of Paraguay Parana River. The source of region of Paraguay slopes towards the south, while the sources of region of Parana slopes towards the southwest. Now, my dear students, let me say, have you heard about swamps and marshes? We'll find in swamps and marshes in the northwestern part of Mato Grosso do Sul in Brazil. It extends into Argentina too. Now, islands. We all have familiar with islands. Besides the mainland, some of the islands are included in Brazil. They are classified into coastal islands, marine islands. Most of the coastal islands are formed due to deposition. Marine islands were part of the mainland. They are more than 300 kilometers away from the mainland in the Atlantic Ocean. These islands are mostly rocky and they are the top of submerged mountain. These islands near the coast of South Atlantic Ocean are coral islands. They are also called as atolls. Now, my dear students, let us see the geographical examples of or geographical explanation called the drainage of Brazil. As far as the drainage in Brazil is concerned, there are three major river basins: Amazon, Paraguay, Parana system in southwest, San Francisco Island, and other rivers at the coast. Now, when I speak of Amazon basin, Amazon collects the headwater from the eastern slopes of Andes mountain in Peru. Amazon rivers receives huge discharge. This is about 2 lakh. As a result, Amazon washes off the load supplied into the catchment. Consequently, the sediments are most deposited even at the mouth. The dense network distributaries, which are the characteristic features of river mouth area, is by large absence of the regions of the Amazon. Instead, we see series of islands developed in the mouth of Amazon beyond the coastline it to the Atlantic Ocean. It is interesting to note that the mouth of the width of the Amazon is 150 kilometers. You will get the idea. Most of the courses of the Amazon is suitable for navigation. Now we will see Paraguay or Parana system. There are two rivers which are located in the southwestern part of Brazil. Most of the rivers are having catchment. River Plata in Argentina. There are two rivers in the river Uruguay, which is the extreme south of the island, collects the headwater from the southern portion of the island. San Francisco. It is the third important river of Brazil. The entire basin of this river within Brazil. It occupies eastern portion of the island. The river flows towards the north in the distance about 1,000 kilometers over the plateau and take the sharp eastward to enter coastal strip along the Atlantic Ocean. The river is navigable for the distance 250 kilometers and its downstream reaches. Coastal rivers. Brazil has got short coastal rivers. Coastal rivers being densely populated, the river attains significance. Rivers flowing northwards meet North Atlantic Ocean. These rivers enter into South Atlantic Ocean, collect the headwater along the escarpment, and enters the Atlantic Ocean near Salvador town. Thus, I would come to the end of my second part of my video. Students, if you are a new viewer, kindly subscribe it. If you like the video, please do like it. And if others are not aware of this video or this channel, please do send the link to your friends. Thank you and God bless each one of you.